Thor: Love and Thunder is the worst Marvel movie I have ever seen.
Bro kept getting mad at me because I was falling asleep while we were watching it. And now you're claiming you would fall asleep while you watched it.
I almost did fall asleep watching that movie. What do you mean you flew across the planet two times?
How do you even know how to do that? You just acquired the hammer 3 minutes ago.
That to me is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it just undermines what Thor has done. She made her own Iron Man suit. That just pissed me off too. Because it's like, bro, you're just making a shitty Iron Man suit that looks like a Power Ranger. Wakanda knows that the Talokans are really good in the water. Like their advantage is water. And so their plan is to sail one giant ship into the middle of the ocean and fight the underwater civilization in the ocean. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Eat my hammer. That is so corny.
I love how that's the one thing you point out.
Like, that's just one that came to my mind. Eat my hammer. That is literal cornball shit, bro.
My number 2 is Spider-Man No Way Home.
You like Black Widow more than Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
My number 1 is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Number 1, Black Widow.
You like Black Widow more than Spider-Man No Way Home? That's your favorite movie of Phase 4?
Yep.
Wow, that is so interesting. Welcome back to episode 31. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Libby.
And you're watching the Forget the Critics podcast. Now, last week was Spider-Man Brand New Day. We have continued the Marvel journey. I feel like it's been a while, actually, since we've done this, because it was like The Odyssey, Spider-Man Brand New Day. So it's been a while since we sat down and continued where we were. I believe we're on Phase 4. We watched Thor: Love and Thunder, and then we also watched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. We're going to review both of them in this episode. I'm not going to split it up this week. And then at the end, we'll give a few thoughts on Phase 4 as a whole, because we have just wrapped it up. I'll have to search it up because I don't remember exactly all the movies in it, but we'll rank them real quick because that's the most important part. But before we get into this, I think these are some of the worst 2 movies we have ever seen in a row. Just want to get that off my chest. Yeah, these movies were really, really bad. Let's obviously start with Thor: Love and Thunder. What do you rank it out of 10? This is like a 3 out of 10 for me movie. Like 3, like 4 out, like below mid movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sticking. If you're saying 4, I'm sticking with 3 because I gotta be worse. Like this Thor: Love and Thunder is the worst Marvel movie I have ever seen so far.
I can't believe, wasn't Ragnarok his 3rd movie?
Yes, and that movie was peak.
Yeah, I can't believe they went from so high to so low.
Yeah, so this worst movie, like I recently went back and I watched one of the original Fantastic Four movies. That was really bad, but I would rather watch that than this. This movie was extremely bad.
This I don't know, it was just weird.
Yeah. And
like the intro and everything, you're just like, what? It didn't even feel like a Marvel movie.
And it's so weird too. Like that's what you were saying. It's weird, and I agree, because Thor movies normally have like sort of comedy, but then like the story is also really good.
Yeah.
But this was just over the top. And also normally when it comes to Marvel movies, they're all in that like 7 to like 9-ish range for me out of 10. Never once have I ever thought like a Marvel movie was terrible. If I never watched this movie again in my entire life, I would be okay with it.
Me too.
Because holy crap. So let's just get on to the negatives right away, because that's the most important part. The main problem with this movie right off the rip was it's trying to be way too funny. I think after Thor Ragnarok, they're like, holy crap, like the comedy's doing so well. Let's try and do it again. But they were forcing it super badly in this movie.
I agree.
Because remember Thor and Hulk in Ragnarok? That's what made that movie so funny.
Yeah.
I still to this day think that is the funniest Marvel movie I have ever seen.
Notice how movies always turn out pretty good when Hulk is a side character. Not saying his movies where he's the main character aren't good.
Yeah.
Like Avengers or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
like when you bring him into someone else, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that movie was awesome. The duo was great. Loki in that movie was good.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, yeah, it was just very forced. There was a lot of cliche jokes in here. A lot of things that were just like, okay, like that is said a lot, and it is very stupid. Because I had originally said that Ant-Man is one of my least favorites when it comes to humor because they have progressively made him more stupid. But I think Thor is almost on that level now after this movie because they really just dumbed his humor down.
Yeah, that's not a hot take at all.
And also, you had mentioned this too. For some reason, Marvel really made this a sexual movie.
Yes. Oh my God. So much like, I don't know, the audience that watches these movies, there's a lot of young kids. So I just feel like that's so inappropriate. I don't know what it's rated.
I assume it's a PG-13 movie. I don't think there's ever been a Marvel movie that hasn't been PG-13.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they're talking about orgies. They're talking about like making babies and
Korg.
Yeah, and like they even do it at the end. Like they insinuate that they're about to have babies. And
it was weird.
There was just a lot of sexual things in this movie, and it was very strange because I don't think we've had a Marvel movie yet like that.
Not to that extent. Like
no, maybe Guardians, but
yeah.
But it was. I think it just goes along with it. It was just forced humor.
Yeah.
Like it was very forced humor. Thor's movies have never been like this. And so to just force random sexual humor into a Thor movie just felt awkward. And I think the delivery of it was also very weird. Like it was super awkward. Like when Zeus is standing up there and he's just like, the orgy is later tonight. Like that was just, it was just weird. It's just like a curveball.
And it was weird too when he zapped off all of Thor's clothes and they had like the goddesses next to him like fainting and all the women were like, oh, like, I guess those can stay off. Like, I don't know. It was so weird.
It was. So very, very, very interesting direction they went with the humor in this movie. And it just made it really, really bad. Also, another thing I picked out, this is more specifically towards the start of the movie. But when we started watching this, the intro, like you said, was extremely weird. It was kind of out of the norm. And I thought the CGI is kind of bad, like him throwing his hammer and like the lightning and the way he was flying. It all just looked super cheesy and fake. I also felt like they weren't really trying very hard. Like they might have cut the budget on the beginning because there wasn't a lot of scenes where he was actually hitting people. It was a lot of like swinging and then people like going flying. You didn't see much contact, unless I'm forgetting it wrong. But I just felt like it was very poor fighting in the beginning. Obviously, we get it better throughout the movie. But
it just felt like they weren't taking him seriously or his character seriously.
No, they really didn't. They just, I don't know why they did this at all. Because I feel like, I don't know if they thought maybe like Guardians did so well with all that humor that they're like, let's do this. But Thor's movies have never been like that. So, like, what was the idea of trying to do that?
Oh, you know what else I noticed was that I don't know what year this came out, and maybe that has something to do with it. And maybe this isn't even something I should say, but I feel like there was a lot of like LGBTQ like representation in this movie. Because we learned that Valkyrie is a lesbian and had a girlfriend.
Yes.
And then Korg.
Yeah, he was gay.
Makes babies with boys, and he's a boy. So they had some representation, which I don't think we've ever seen in any other movie. I mean, maybe we have, and I just missed it. But for some reason, it stood out to me. And so I don't know if that has something to do with, like, when this movie came out.
Yeah, that is also something that they were doing as well. First time. When did this movie come out? I don't know. But then, honestly, I don't know. It's in between the humor and the next thing I'm about to say that compete for the worst thing about this movie. But everything about Jane in this movie was terrible. Like, my take is if you removed Jane completely from this movie, exact same movie, but just removed Jane, it would be a so much better movie. Like, it would probably instantly boost it up to like a 5 or a 6 for me if Jane was gone. And sorry to all those people who like Jane or maybe ship Jane and Thor together, but I do not. I wish Valkyrie and Thor ended up dating, but obviously not because she's into girls. But I would have loved to see that. I just don't care for Jane and Thor at all. To me, it's very stupid.
I think I was getting tired of her in the last movie. Was she in Ragnarok or was she in the second movie?
You were getting tired of her in Dark World.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, no, come on. I was defending her, but I'm totally on your side. She is so annoying.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just can't like her. Mm-hmm. Something about it. And she's
super arrogant.
Yeah.
She's very arrogant.
And it was very random. I mean, we said this while we were watching it, but just the way that she was sick, like literally dying of terminal cancer, and goes to New Asgard, is around the broken up, shattered hammer, and then instantly it chooses her and she's able to just use it just as well as Thor uses it. And like,
oh my God, that pisses me off so much.
And she just, she had this big ego. Like, she'd like kill a monster and be like, yeah, like.
Right. And just like talking crap back to Thor. And it's like, oh, I hated it so much. Like, that's got to be my least favorite thing about that movie is the fact that Jane could hold the hammer and that she was able to use it so much. Like, they're walking onto Olympus and she's like, I'm gonna go scope the place out. She like flies away. Or like they come down to the planet and she's like, oh, it was when they were fighting the shadow monsters in Asgard. She's like, I flew across the planet 2 times. I don't see anyone else. What do you mean you flew across the planet 2 times?
How do you even know how to do that? You just acquired the hammer 3 minutes ago. Like,
that to me is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it just undermines what Thor has done.
Yeah.
Like everything that Thor has done, like even the whole thing with Steve, like that was such a big buildup. Like you see him in Age of Ultron being able to slightly lift the hammer and you see his character grow. Like he's constantly this great guy. He has his ups and downs, but he finally he becomes worthy of the hammer and he ends up lifting it. Like that's a whole buildup and it's a story that leads up and it makes it justifiable. Her just to be able to grab the hammer because Thor like wished it upon Mjolnir, so stupid. And she doesn't have any fighting skills either. And she just knows how to control it. That is so stupid.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but like normally I honestly live for romance in these movies. I think that's such a fun part to the plot, and it usually makes the movie more fun to watch. But I don't know, it just was not doing it for me in this movie. The romance felt too forced. Like, I'm so tired of seeing Thor just like sit around and sulk in these past few movies. He's just like let himself get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all just because he misses Jane. And I'm like, oh my God, bro,
yeah.
You're Thor.
Yeah.
Come on. You have women left and right that would like bow down to you. Come on.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I hate that they have him crying over Jane. Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If anything, like what makes Thor such a cool character? Well, it's cool, but it does make you feel bad is he's lost his dad, he's lost his mom, he's lost Loki like what, 3 times they said?
Yeah.
He's lost his entire civilization. His home world is blown up. He really doesn't have any of his close like Avengers friends anymore. Tony's gone. Steve has grown old. He went off with the Guardians, but I don't think it fits right with him. Mm-hmm. And so like he has a very, very sad story. And just to make him cry over Jane is just ridiculous, dude. It's so stupid.
It is. It bothers me. Because, it's like he has bigger things that he should be worrying about.
Yeah. And then, like, more on the Jane crap, too. And this goes with the, like, cliche humor in this movie. Like, in the end, when she's like, oh, and I think I figured out my catchphrase, eat my hammer. That is so corny.
I love how that's the one thing you point out.
Like, that's just one that came to my mind. Eat my hammer. That is literal cornball shit, bro.
Well, she doesn't know what she's doing, though. You know, like she's a newbie with the hammer.
That's the thing. She's a newbie with the hammer, but she does know what she's doing.
What would your catchphrase be if you had a hammer?
Not that. Whatever my catchphrase would be wouldn't be allowed in a PG-13 movie.
That's corny.
No, how is that corny? What catchphrase would you be able to say that, like, I don't think that you could come up with a catchphrase that is PG-13 that wouldn't be corny. Like, it's gotta be a rated R catchphrase.
What did Thor say his catchphrase was?
I don't remember.
See, his wasn't corny.
Yeah, but it's Thor. And Thor is cool. Jane sucks. So.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, whatever. And then my last negative about it, I could go on and on about Jane. It was ridiculous. But the last thing was the stuff with the kids is kind of pathetic. Like, Asgard used to be so cool. Like, the kids actually had training, and now these kids are just like a band of rejects, and they can't actually do anything.
Yeah.
And then Thor gives them his powers, and now all of a sudden they're able to fight off all these shadow monsters. That's another thing. Like this.
Yeah. How did they all just run at those monsters like no hesitation?
Exactly. Like this movie was basically just like, you know what? Thor is a cool character, but he could easily be replaced. And look at this. And it just shows like Jane, for some reason, can control the hammer. All these kids can just control Thor's powers and can kill shadowy monsters. Okay, cool. Got it. They don't have any training. Like, it's ridiculous. I hated all that stuff. It would have been so much cooler if Thor was able to just solo all of them. Yeah. But
I'm with you.
Anyway, there are some positives about this movie, but there's just not enough positives to make this a good enough movie. I think Gorr was a really cool villain. And I really liked him because it was Christian Bale, and I like him. That's the Batman from Christopher Nolan movies, which we'll watch someday. But I really liked his character. I think he played him well. It was a very interesting dynamic.
He was actually really scary.
Yeah, he was.
When he would be standing in the dark, that was pretty creepy. That's one thing I do like about Marvel is when they want things to be really eerie and like spooky, they do a good job executing that.
And the black and white scene was very cool. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was super cool.
And it just sucks that his character was kind of wasted in like this pathetic movie. Yeah. But is what it is. This is the most powerful Thor we have ever seen, actually. He is very strong in this movie. But once again, it doesn't matter because we have Jane being just as powerful, and you have so many forced jokes that it just undermines the entire movie. I do think there was some good humor in this movie. I kept laughing when Stormbreaker was acting like Thor was cheating on him. Yeah. I thought that was quite funny.
I liked that too.
Yeah. So that I enjoyed. And Thor, like, honestly, Thor had the funniest moments in this movie where he's like talking to Mjolnir. Oh, so you choose her now, huh? You come back all this time and you choose her. And then Stormbreaker like flies into the screen and he's like, what? Oh no, just catching up with a good old friend. Like, that stuff is funny. Yeah. I enjoyed that. That made the movie good. But otherwise the humor is terrible.
It's weird because I never thought about the hammer and the Stormbreaker. Is that an axe?
Yes. Yeah.
I never thought about them having like a mind of their own until this movie, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it's very funny. And then I also really like the scene too where he's holding the lightning bolt and he's like, this thing is so powerful. He's like, I'll use it. And then I don't know if Stormbreaker like flew in the screen or if he was like flying the ship and all of a sudden he like pretended to hit a bump, but he was like, never mind, Valkyrie, you will use the weapon. Yeah. And then he like runs over to Stormbreaker. And then he pours the beer and he's like, here's your first beer. I think you earned it. Yeah. And then like pours it on him and they like make up. That was good stuff.
That was really funny.
So that's funny stuff. And then also I think this is so cool. Thor at the end of the movie becomes a dad. He becomes a father.
An uncle.
To that. Okay, uncle, but he's basically a father figure.
He's basically a father figure.
Yeah.
His name is Uncle Thor.
Uncle Thor, he's basically the father figure. I think it's super cool though because he just looks like a girl dad, doesn't he? And so I think it's gonna be super cool to see moving forward. I think actually there was like a trailer before Doomsday where they leaked like Thor is gonna be in Doomsday, and they showed like his daughter and like him. Okay, not the daughter, but the niece, whatever you want to call it. But they were showing him like protecting her and stuff like that. Oh. So I think it's gonna be a really cool dynamic moving forward, and it seems like she's really powerful as well.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool to see. But overall, that is all I gotta say about Thor: Love and Thunder.
You know what else I really liked about this movie?
What's that?
So I liked getting to see the Guardians of the Galaxy people at the start.
Oh yeah.
That whole crew. I just love those guys. I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
We do have another one coming up soon.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, okay.
But like, can I talk or what?
Yeah, I thought you were done.
No, you just keep cutting me off.
Go for it, bro.
But I liked the goats that they had.
Oh, that's also a funny part of the movie.
Like that's
I forgot
humor
about that.
done right because it's just like good comedic timing.
Yes, that is true. I forgot about the goats, bro.
They're so funny.
And it was hilarious too when they were like obviously shitty gifts, but Thor's like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Yeah.
That's And he accepted the gifts too. That was great.
I liked how during that one battle scene with Gorr, didn't one of the goats walk up and hit him, or did it hit a shadow monster?
Oh, it might have hit a shadow monster.
That was so funny. I didn't realize those things could fight.
Yes. That was good too.
Yeah.
The goats.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good?
Yeah.
All right. Top 5 most hated things about this movie by critics and Marvel fans. Way too much comedy, like we said. It's very forced. Nearly everything is a joke in this, including serious moments. Gorr was wasted. Christian Bale's performance was widely praised, but many viewers thought he deserved far more screen time.
I feel like you literally must have read that and then said it out loud.
Like earlier?
Yeah.
No, I literally wrote this and then did this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you see these things and then that's what you get in your head.
No, I'm saying I wrote my notes and then I do this. I literally promise you I write all my notes and then I ask for these. You always think I do this. Jane Foster or Mighty Thor's storyline. A lot of people are divided about this character. I've already voiced my opinion. I agree. I literally think this is awful, terrible. Like if she was out of the movie, it would be 2 notches higher. Mm-hmm. And I also think that you wouldn't even need to change the movie. If you just remove her from the movie, it would still work. So I agree. Thor became too much of a joke. Like you were saying this earlier, they literally made his character unserious. Mm-hmm. It was a joke the entire time. So yeah, agree about that. And then lastly, the movie wastes its serious story. So this ties everything back together with Gorr. Gorr loses his daughter. He's fighting all of these gods. Jane's literally dying from cancer. Thor's loneliness. He literally has nobody. Gods are being murdered. Children are being kidnapped. Like all of this is actually a dark story on paper. Yet the movie frequently undercuts those ideas with jokes. And like listening to that on paper, like, wow, this is actually an extremely dark movie and it's actually very deep. Mm-hmm. But with all the shitty humor and all the like stupid things they add in this, it just makes it so one-dimensional and you don't even realize like how deep this actually is.
You don't get a moment to think about it.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. And then finally, the top 5 Easter eggs about this movie. Number 1, Eternity has been teased since Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't know about this, but apparently that giant cosmic being that Gorr reaches in the end, he was an image. Let's see. He was a cosmic figure depicted in the temple on Morag in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So apparently we'd already seen him before in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't even remember that. But the statue in Eternity also were a huge tease for Marvel characters. So when Thor, Jane, and Valkyrie reached Eternity's temple, there are statues representing major cosmic beings, including the Watcher from What If, the TV show, the Living Tribunal, I think, one of Marvel's most powerful cosmic entities, Death, Eon, Infinity, and Celestial imagery. And then number 3, Thor's tattoos. Thor's tattoos were for like people in his life, specifically the Loki one. So on the when Zeus snaps his clothes away, on his back said "Rip Loki." I don't remember if you saw that. But there is also names associated with other people Thor has lost. But it's literally played off as a joke, but it's like serious shit for Thor. Like he's lost everyone in his life.
Yeah.
And it's just a joke. So that's kind of sad.
That honestly, if you think about it, that's probably why he holds on to Jane so much, is because he's like, this is the one person I have who hasn't died. Like, I need to
that is
soak it in, and then she dies too.
Dang, yeah, you could be right. And then I don't remember what this name is, but Folliger, the behemoth, monster god. Apparently, it's like a recreation of a comic book panel. So, like, the exact scene looks the same as the comic book, which is pretty cool that they did that.
That's really cool.
And then Heimdall's son changes his name to Axel because of Guns N' Roses. So this movie has a lot of Guns N' Roses music, and Axl Rose is a part of that. So that's why his name was Axel. Kind of random, but
yeah,
that is an interesting fact about it. So, all right. That is Thor Love and Thunder. 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 from you. It's definitely the bottom tier movie. I don't know if I don't know if any other movie will be as bad as that, but hey, you never know. We will see. So now let us talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. All right. Let's start off with a score out of 10 for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We just watched this like 2 days ago. So it's pretty fresh in our head. What do you think?
What do I think?
So, do you want me to go first? Or do
you can go.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
I think I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I'll give it that middle ground. It's a very average movie. Honestly, it's like if I had to... No, Thor Love and Thunder is so much worse. But like, it's like almost as bad. Like Wakanda Forever is almost as bad as Thor and Love and Thunder, because I'm almost leaning towards, like, if I had to rewatch them, here's what I'm thinking. If I had to rewatch them, I'm kind of leaning towards Thor Love and Thunder, just because Black Panther Wakanda Forever was so boring and so long that I just think I would fall asleep if I had to watch it again. But also at the same time, the movie itself, like the things in the movie, are better than Thor Love and Thunder. Does that make sense?
Bro kept getting mad at me because I was falling asleep while we were watching it. And now you're claiming you would fall asleep while you watched it.
I almost did fall asleep watching that movie.
Then how come you were... Whatever.
Because I wanted us to lock in, bro. Okay, what do you think?
I get what you're saying with it being... I don't want to say boring. I actually found it to be kind of interesting, but like it just moved too slowly.
Yeah, it's a 2 hour and 45-minute movie.
Yeah.
Like, that is extremely long for Black Panther.
Yeah, but I liked it though.
Did you?
Like, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, this is the first movie where we've, like, I think genuinely been pretty far off. I think maybe Ant-Man's first movie, I was a little bit higher than you. But, like, you convinced me to come lower on that movie because you really didn't like it.
Yeah, I really sold it.
Do you think Ant-Man is better than Thor Love and Thunder, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So, I guess this is going to be a battle between to see who could maybe if I could make you come lower on this movie, or maybe you make me come higher. But should we start on the negatives or the positives of this movie?
Let's start on the positives.
Okay, let's start on a good note.
Yes.
So Black Panther movies, obviously, what their strong suit is, the designs of suits. Like they have really good costumes in their movies. I think the music is extremely well. Like this movie has some really top-notch music in it, especially when General, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's like Okoye, or whatever her name is, the bald one. Whenever like her and her crew comes out, you know that like music that always starts to play, and you're like, oh shit, this is where the badasses come out and they start like doing stuff. I really like those scenes. So when they start going crazy, I think that's like one of my favorite things about Black Panther, and they do this again. So that's a positive for me. I also really liked seeing Shuri. Is that how you say her name? I liked seeing her do her thing. Like she was creating a lot of stuff. I think that was originally what I liked about the first Black Panther movie, was all the technology that she's able to create, because it kind of just like opens your eyes up to like the stuff that like kind of just the things that people are able to think of and then make her create, because obviously these are like ideas that someone came up with.
Yeah.
But it's super cool to see them come to life.
I wish we could see her and Tony Stark and Bruce Banner all working together.
That would be kind of cool.
Like imagine if she would have been there to help with all of the Age of Ultron stuff. Like
they might have did something.
That's right up her alley.
Oh, but think about it. Imagine she helped make Ultron and they used vibranium and like he was impossible to kill. Oh. That could have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been really bad.
So.
But she knows the limits of the vibranium.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I remember going back to the first Black Panther movie, she had made a weapon that like countered her brother.
Yeah.
That was so strange. But I really like seeing her do her own thing in this movie, create all that cool stuff. And then also, I didn't mind that she became Black Panther in the end. I thought that was very cool.
I liked that too.
I kind of like how Marvel, well, all of a sudden, like they did it in Infinity War and Endgame, and they have like all these women band together, and then you see like these badass teams come together and like have cool fighting. And I thought this movie was really cool because of like this movie was basically all of the badass Wakanda women coming together and just doing something very cool. And I enjoyed that about this movie. Yeah. So I liked how she was able to become Black Panther in the end.
I liked that a lot too. And can I say I liked the villain?
Oh, Namor. Yes.
See, they kept saying Namor, but
Namor.
I think he was pronouncing it like Namor.
Namor, yeah. I thought it was Namor, but he kept saying Namor. So I have an interesting take about Namor. I really like, I gotta remember what their people are called. So, where is it? Oh, they're called the Talokan or the Talokan. Talokan. Yeah. Whatever their people are called, the Talokan and Namor. I thought they were super cool people. Yeah. But I feel like they're just wasted as villains.
You think?
I wish they weren't villains. I wish they somehow were able to be incorporated as good guys, which they might be now in the future, because in the end of this movie, they kind of like truced. They like waved the white flag and we're like, all right, we need to come together. But I kind of just feel like this was a waste having them as villains, because I just didn't really, it wasn't very significant villain to me. To me, I was just too distracted by, wow, these people are super cool. I want to see them fighting together. I didn't really care to see them fighting each other. So it really didn't stand out to me as a good villain.
But I understand why they needed to like prevent vibranium from being detected, like where they were. Yeah. I understand their motive.
I get it.
But I actually don't think it was that strong of a motive. Like, I guess I'm agreeing with you in the sense where like, yeah, they should be more like allies with someone.
Yeah. Namor was so like ready to just murder everyone over like
Yeah.
really small stuff.
Yeah.
And like he had a hatred for land dwellers when like like their mom's hometown was just taken over by humans, and he was just
Yeah.
upset over that. Like it was very minuscule stuff, but he
Yeah.
was ready to just wreak havoc over it. So I don't know. But still, I agree. I think he was very cool, and I'd love to see more of him.
Yeah, and they like we were talking about how they reminded us of the avatars and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of liked.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought that their underwater world was like really cool,
Mm-hmm. That was pretty awesome.
and I liked how he seemed so open minded. When he was talking to Shuri, and I mean he didn't really talk to Riri
No.
when they were all down there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He was like super open minded, and he like explained the whole backstory, and I was like, you know, like I genuinely don't think he had bad intention. I think he just loves his people, and like he has to protect them.
No, I agree. I would love to see more of him. So, yeah. And then one of the last couple things I really liked about this movie was seeing Black Panther's wife. I forget her name. But
oh, I forget too.
when she came back and she the mom was like, you were really good at like getting in secretly and overthrowing, and when she did that, that was very cool.
Yeah.
That was very fun to watch.
That was cool.
And then lastly, I think it's very cool that they introduced T'Challa's son at the end. That was super cool. And they were like, Shuri's like, oh, did my brother know? Like, oh yeah. And then like, oh, did my mom know? Yeah. So that stuff was very cool. And then he was like, that's my whatever name, my real name is Prince T'Challa.
Yeah.
And now we have confirmation that we're getting a third movie, and he's going to be grown up now.
Dude, if you think about it, Shuri is basically in the same boat as Thor.
Yes.
But she is handling it so much better.
No, Thor's had it worse. Shuri has only lost her... Okay, she's lost her dad, mom, and brother, but like Thor has lost so many more people.
His dad, mom, and brother, mind you.
And his entire home world. And
she also did. It just got wiped out by waves, bro. What?
No, they can rebuild Wakanda. Thor cannot rebuild Asgard.
He did, though.
Where? Okay, that's like that is like no.
Yeah, it's like slums.
New Asgard is the actual hood, and then the people there suck. Like I was just saying, they're a band of rejects. Like Asgard is not what it used to be.
Okay, well, we don't need to get into the specifics, but I was kind of just trying to say, like, I think she's handling it a lot better.
I agree, but I just don't think she has as much pain as Thor.
Well, I don't know. I would argue that, but I think she's doing a good job, like, really stepping in to, like, be the leader that her people need, you know?
I agree. But don't women emotionally handle that better?
I have no idea. But I liked in this movie, I know that it was, like, sad when everyone kept dying, but I felt like it was good for us to see, like, that emotional stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of liked it. Like, when her mom died and, like, we didn't know if her mom was going to be able to save Riri and all of that stuff, I was just like, oh, I don't know. I liked that.
Yeah, that is true. And, like, I was not expecting her to die either.
I wasn't either.
So that is wild to me that they killed 2 people in one movie.
I know.
Black Panther and the mom.
I know.
So, pretty crazy stuff. So speaking of Black Panther, do you think that they handled Chadwick Boseman's death, RIP to him, but do you think that the way that they introduced his death in the movie was pretty well? He like kind of basically died of a sickness, and then the whole intro was for him.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool as well. It was honestly sad because like I'd forgotten about it, and then when we were watching this movie, I see the intro. I was like, dang, I forgot about that.
I know.
Very sad. Okay, I'm moving on to my negatives because I don't think I have anything else to say.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Okay, so obviously, like I said at the beginning of this, I think this movie is way too long, And because of that, I think it gets boring. I think it could easily be cut up and compacted together to be a faster paced movie. I think it was very slow paced, and that's why it was quite boring. Like the fact that we had to watch Shuri and Riri go down and explore their world. Like, yes, like you were saying that it's very beautiful and their place is cool, but I think that was just a waste of like 15 minutes or however long it was. And I think they could have just done it some other way quicker. And she had to get the bracelet too to make the heart-shaped plant. Like, I understand that too, but I think they could have just made it faster. Like, there were so many moments in here where it was just really long. They should have made it faster. Also, it's just not near as good as the first Black Panther movie. Like, the first Black Panther movie is the highest rated movie in Marvel, I believe. Now, we both agreed that we don't think it's that amazing. Like, it just doesn't personally sit with us at that highest standard. But I just still think this movie isn't as good as the first one. Like, I'm just thinking about it now, and I was like, yep, I would much rather watch that one than this one.
I agree.
And then lastly, I'm not a fan of this kid scientist. I don't even know why. Like, first of all, I don't even know why it was a kid. Like, what was the reasoning for her being so young? It could have just been an adult. I'm not really sure. And then also, what was the point of her in the first place? Like, we didn't even need her at all in this movie. I feel like back to back, we've had two movies where I'm just like, there are characters in this movie that we just didn't even need in this movie, and it still could have gone on perfectly fine. Because the battle was between Wakanda and the Talokan. There was no point in having this scientist in the middle at all. It was like Monkey in the middle, but there was no need for Monkey in the middle.
Yeah, I can get where you're coming from, but I didn't mind having her.
I also don't like how she made her own Iron Man suit. That just pissed me off too, because it's like, bro, you're just making a shitty Iron Man suit that looks like a Power Ranger.
I thought that was kind of funny, but
was there any funny moments in this movie too? By the way,
I mean, I'm sure there were,
but we can't think of any. Remember how funny Black Panther was? Like,
no, but I remember like when the FBI broke into that shed and she was like lighting up her Iron Man suit. They were like, yo, does she have an Iron Man suit? Or like, yo, did she build Iron Man? Something like that.
Okay, there might have been. I just remember Black Panther had funny moments. Like, remember when something hit the car and she was like, what was that? Or like when she was driving with her bare feet. Like, that was funny as well.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
In Black Panther 1?
No.
Oh my God. It was when they were driving the car and like for some reason it panned down to her feet and she was driving barefoot. And then there was also a moment where Shuri was like remotely driving a car and Black Panther was on the top and like something hit the car and it like made a massive sound. And she was like, oh, what was that?
Didn't she run someone over?
Oh, that's what it was. She ran someone over. Okay, yeah. See, like,
yeah.
Black Panther just had funnier stuff. So.
No, I think there was humor in this one too, though. I think we're just not remembering it correctly, but.
Mm-hmm. But that's all I have really for. I didn't have much to say about this movie just because I think it was quite bland. I think it's a bland movie, but there are still better things about it.
I agree. Like, it's not my favorite, but I liked it still.
Mm-hmm. So, anything else before talking about the top 5 hated things?
No.
All right. So, here we go. The top 5 most hated things about Black Panther Wakanda Forever from critics and Marvel fans.
Okay.
Number 1, it's too long and slow. Also, pre-warning, I found these after I wrote my review, okay? Just because I agree with the mass doesn't mean I cheated, all right? It's too long and slow. At 2 hours and 41 minutes, this was one of the biggest complaints. Critics often praised the emotional material, but felt the movie was overstuffed and dragged between its major moments.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's what we said.
I agree. Riri Williams, Ironheart, feels forced into the movie. A common fan criticism was that Riri feels like she's there partly to set up another MCU character rather than because Wakanda Forever needed her. And I agree. Like, I don't think she was needed.
Yeah. Her
invention kicks off the conflict, but some viewers didn't connect with her enough to justify how important she becomes. Like, for the mom to sacrifice her life for her wasn't, like you said, it was pretty emotional because it was like, oh my God, like, are they dead? But I don't think it was that emotional for me being like, damn, she just sacrificed her life for Riri. Like, I'm so glad Riri is alive because she sacrificed. It was more like, holy shit, like she's dead now. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, wow, I cannot believe she just like did that for Riri. I just didn't care about her. 3, the final battle makes no sense. I didn't know this, but I think this is a very funny take. This Wakanda knows that the Talokans are really good in the water. Like, their advantage is water. And so their plan is to sail one giant ship into the middle of the ocean and fight the underwater civilization in the ocean. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't even pick up on that, but that is so stupid.
You didn't pick up on that?
Like, I realized that they fought him in the ocean, but I didn't think of like, oh my God, why would you choose to go fight them on their own home turf? So,
I mean, they did say in the movie that they were like, we're gonna draw them out, like away from Wakanda.
Yeah, she drew Namor out to the desert, which was smart. But
that's not what I'm talking about though. They said that when they were talking about their plan. They were like, let's go fight them away from Wakanda. Like, they did that intentionally.
Away from Wakanda, but they did say that, but still, they fought him in the ocean.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Away from Wakanda.
Yeah, I know. It was away from Wakanda, but I'm still saying that's so stupid because it was in the ocean.
It is stupid.
Where they're the most powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we just agree, but we just argue.
You just argue me, bro.
Okay. Number 4, too much MCU setup. This movie is simultaneously dealing with T'Challa's death, Shuri's grief, Namor, Talokan, Riri, Valentina, Everett Ross, Queen Ramonda, the new Black Panther,
Who's Valentina?
I don't know.
I just spit.
I don't know. World politics. Oh, maybe that's the wife. Vibranium and T'Challa's son. Some critics felt the emotional core was the strongest when the movie focused on Shuri, Ramonda, and T'Challa, but the extra stuff was like a lot. I think that that like goes along with like the overstuffing of this movie. And then number 5, it couldn't replicate what made the first Black Panther movie special. I'm like, literally, a lot of these are exactly what I said. I promise you I don't look at these until I'm done writing my review. But I agree. Like, it just didn't feel special. It's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It was good, but it just wasn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 1. But this movie is not as good as Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So that's the thing. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was like here, and then Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is here. But I think Black Panther 1 is here, and then like Wakanda Forever is like down here. It's like there's a bigger gap between these two than Guardians.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then finally, the top 5 biggest Easter eggs of this movie. T'Challa's son has a much bigger meaning. So his name is T'Challa, which means he is King T'Challa and Black Panther, which means that Wakanda will have a returning king. But the big question is, does it feel like they're replacing Chadwick Boseman's role? Because his name is still T'Challa. He is going to be Black Panther, so it's going to feel like he's almost replacing him. But
I don't think so, because I think especially in royalty, names are just passed on. I don't think that indicates he's going to be replacing. And like him becoming Black Panther, I think that's just obvious inheritance. You know, a king's son will one day be the king. That's how it goes. So Black Panther's son can one day be Black Panther.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he'll just be Black Panther's son to me. But Shuri seeing Killmonger isn't just a cameo. This is pretty cool, I think, because I even said this and you just like accused me of glazing, but I thought it was really cool how she saw Killmonger just because I thought Killmonger was pretty cool
I wasn't a
in
fan
the first movie. Why?
because he was a bad person.
He wasn't that bad of a guy.
I didn't like him.
Like, I think his plan was stupid, and I'll still stand on business that, like, what he was trying to do was ridiculous, but...
That's why I didn't like him, though.
Okay. Number 3. Namor saying Imperious Rex is straight from the comics. Apparently, during Namor and Shuri's final fight, Namor suddenly says Imperious Rex. If you don't read comics, which we don't, it sounds like some random phrase, which it did. It's actually Namor's iconic comic book battle cry dating back decades. Did you know that Namor was actually the first Marvel character released?
Really?
The very first comic ever released was Namor.
In, like, what? In his own comic, or?
Yeah, his own comic. First Marvel character. Let's see. It was
Thin Man?
wait. Nope. Human Torch. It was Human Torch and Namor. Okay. Close enough. So I was right.
Isn't Human Torch Chris Evans?
That's the first Fantastic Four movie, but the one that we're gonna see coming up is not Chris Evans. Actually, there will be a movie where Chris Evans is in it as Human Torch, though. That's Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
But we can go back and watch the original ones because that has Doom in it, actually. All right, and then number 4, Namor's mutant line is a huge deal. Namor tells Shuri that I'm a mutant. Apparently, it's pretty intentional. Because in Marvel Comics, Namor is historically known as Marvel's first mutant, or at least the character famously marketed that way. Like I said, he's the first, like one of the first comics. And then Valentina being Everett Ross's... this is who that was. Valentina is Everett Ross's ex-wife. Valentina was the girl that, like, in the end is, like, talking to Everett Ross in his house and, like, pulls out handcuffs.
Oh, to arrest him?
Yeah, to arrest him.
Oh, I did not like her.
Yeah, no, it was really weird. But in Thunderbolts, that's like the new Avengers. She's the woman who has been recruiting characters like John Walker, U.S. Agent, Yelena, and other people.
Okay.
Which is strange. I don't like her either, so I agree with you. But anyway, that is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Do you have anything else you have to say about it?
Honestly, no. I think I said everything I needed to.
I think I did too. I real quick want to look up Phase 4 Marvel movies and see if we can rank these. It'll be pretty easy. So Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, and then Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So I'll just put this in the middle and let's just start from our worst, move up to the best. So
okay.
You want to start?
My worst is Thor Love and Thunder.
Okay, I agree. My number, wait, how many movies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. My 7 spot is Thor Love and Thunder. Moving on to the 6th spot. What do you think? I got mine. My 6 is gonna be Black Panther.
I think that's gonna be mine as well.
Yeah. Okay, number 5. My number 5 is gonna probably be Shang-Chi.
I think mine is gonna be Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Really? Yep.
Okay, fair. I was kind of debating on between those. I think my number 4 is probably Doctor Strange as well.
My number 4 is Shang-Chi.
Okay, fair. My number 3 is gonna be Eternals.
Mine too.
Okay. My number 2 is Black Widow.
My number 2 is Spider-Man No Way Home.
You like Black Widow more than Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
My number one is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Number 1, Black Widow.
You like Black Widow more than Spider-Man No Way Home? That's your favorite movie of Phase 4?
Yep.
Wow, that is so interesting. Why? Just because Black Widow's her or what?
Black Widow is so mysterious. In this movie, we learn everything about her.
Yeah,
That's
is true.
so cool.
Yeah, Black Widow's a good movie. It's my 2 spot, so. Okay, that's Phase 4. Moving on to Phase 5. Are you excited? We are almost done.
Yeah, I'm excited.
With Marvel movies. So, I think the very next movie in Phase, real quick before we wrap this up, one more quick search. I'm pretty sure our next movie we're going to watch is the worst rated Marvel movie. I feel like I say this a lot, but. Okay, yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh, great. Are you kidding me?
I forgot you hated Ant-Man. I'm pretty sure.
No, I actually like Ant-Man.
I'm pretty sure that.
I just hate his movies.
Yeah. I liked.
I like him when he's in like Avenger movies and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is like out of 38 Marvel movies now, I'm pretty sure this is 38.
Ugh.
So.
Great. Can't wait.
But all right. Phase 5 movies coming up. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That is really excited. The Marvels. What?
That is really excited.
You always do this to me,
like,
bro.
what are you saying, bro? Slow down. You always are like slopping words together.
Who cares?
Okay, guys, join us next week.
Wait,
for
hold on.
Ant-Man and the Wasp:
I'm not done.
Quantumania.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Well,
Volume
we're
3.
not going to spoil everything.
Well, they know. The Marvels, Deadpool, Wolverine, Captain America, Brave New World, and then Thunderbolts. So that's what it is.
So that's not all next week, by the way.
And by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't seen any of these movies, Libby. These are all first watch movies for us. Let's go.
Heck yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Forget the Critics. If you're enjoying listening to us talk about Marvel movies and hearing Libby's first thoughts on them, and now it's going to be my first thoughts coming up soon, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything from us. Thank you guys for watching, and
we'll see you guys next time.